Hey there, welcome to another episode of the Back Channel. Today I want to talk about a different reason why you should be working on your story and your deck, refining it so that people can understand it very quickly. There's the obvious reason that I think you probably have heard, which is you just need the investor that you're trying to pitch to get the concept quickly, to get excited quickly so that you can move them along and get them more engaged to do more work to get closer to getting a deal done. So getting a story to a point where it's very concise and punchy takes a lot of time, takes a lot of effort, takes feedback. You need to get outsiders' perspectives on how you tell your story because in your head, it sounds great. It might not sound great to others. So all that work makes sense. Also, the translation of it, the deck that you send to the investor for them to review, the deck that you might reference while you're live pitching, the deck that they reference afterwards to remind themselves of what they liked. It's really important. It's an integral part of a lot of investors' workflows. They want to scan the deck and understand the story. So that representation of your story needs to be great and concise. These are all compelling reasons to get your story and your materials tight. You want to be able to convince that investor. The secondary reason that people don't think about a lot, which might convince you even more to work on this, is that your story needs to be shared. Especially if you're pitching a fund that has multiple partners, multiple decision makers, realize that the first person you talk to is not going to be the final boss. Okay, so I've actually struggled with focus my entire life, which might be surprising to some people because I got good grades, went to good schools, got good jobs. But really, I was able to get that far in spite of myself. It's been a struggle all my life, and that struggle really came to a head once I became an entrepreneur. At that point, there was too much going on. I couldn't overpower my lack of focus. So I tried a bunch of things, planning apps, coaching, but nothing really made a dent. And then I started hearing about this special productivity drink, Magic Mind, and was super skeptical. Honestly, it wasn't until a friend gifted me some that I became a believer. When you take a little bit of this stuff, it's hard to describe, but there's like this feeling of focus that just washes over you, where all the things that normally distract you no longer do. And honestly, it's been a game changer for me. So I'm really excited because Magic Mind is sponsoring this podcast and offering up to 50% off your subscription if you sign up within 10 days of this airing. All you have to do is go to magicmind.co/funded or use funded as your promo code when you're checking out. Hope you guys try it out and that you like it as much as I do. They alone will not make the decision whether or not you get an investment from the firm or not. It's going to require them to convince their partners, get their partners excited by the deal as well, and get the whole crew to back this opportunity. Because of that, you should know that the first person you pitch is going to have to retell your story. And if they can't grasp the most important parts of your pitch and retell them with their own words easily, they're going to miss out on the opportunity to be able to convince their partners to back the deal. Once they get your materials like your deck, they're going to send it across to their partners, their junior people, for them to do diligence on it. And if that deck doesn't help get them up to speed so that they can get excited about the work that they're about to do, you're also going to fail. So not only do you need to get your materials and your story to the point where you can convince the first person you talk to, but you need to arm that person with the tools, with the story to convince the other people on their team. If the first reason wasn't enough to get you to work on these things, then I hope that you'll listen to this part of it. Your story needs to be shared, and for it to be easily shared, it needs to be packaged in a great bow, be easily understood, and be something that they get excited to tell the world about. Okay? So that's this episode of the Back Channel. I hope you share your story and share it well. See ya.